Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Jocelyn, Binwi, a content creator based in Douala, Cameroon. So today we're having a different kind of video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reading some very interesting points on a Nigerian Instagram blog shared by Solomon Bushi. The name of the blog is Remedies blog. Yeah, so she has some very good points about some facts, hidden facts about marriage that you never get to know until you get married. Yeah, most people experience that only in marriage. So this video is both for people who are still about to get married and for people who are already married. Please, for people who are already married, when I read any of these points, kindly tell me in the comment section. You know how we do it. Kindly tell me in the comment section if it's what you really experience, whether you're a man. The points are for men and for women. Yeah, some of them are really funny, guys. I can't wait to share. So if you're interested in a video like this, just stay tuned and watch till the end. Point goes thus: no matter how posh your spouse is, just remember that one day they will use the toilet and not remember to flush it. They might not remember to flush it well, or they might not even flush it at all. Yes, you will see their physiques. Does that sound nice? So tell me, guys. So no matter how posh your spouse is, whether it's your wife or it's your husband, you have to be ready for all of these guys. No matter how cute, you know how it goes during courtship and all of that, where you just see the person from outside, they look posh, like, yeah, but when in real life, like in their daily lives, there are some aspects about them that you might not have seen. Yeah, and it's not even possible to see until you get married. Yeah, things like this, they might actually flush it, but they might not flush it well. Like, you know that style that when somebody poops on in the toilet and then flushes it, and then there is still some poop left on the toilet pot, especially when you don't use a brush to really clean it. Yeah, so you might come and see their remains sometimes. Yeah, you just know that. Now let's move to the second point, which reads thus: as much as you both will smell nice to occasions with glamorous apparels, sometimes you'll wake up to their bad breath and body odor. So you can imagine, guys. Yeah, this is real. This is real. Tell me if you're married and you have never experienced this, except that except the human you're married to is a superhuman. Yeah, so this is normal. As much as you both will smell nice to occasions, looking so glamorous with very beautiful apparel, sometimes they are bad breath, especially very early in the morning or in the night. Yeah, or maybe sometimes, you know what, yeah, because even after brushing in the night, when you wake up in the morning, you might still have that little bit of that ugly breath like kind of. Yeah, if you can get what I'm saying. Yeah, so it is normal. That's what Solomon Bushi is telling us here, that if you're experiencing that, don't feel, especially for people who are newly married, they might be feeling that, whoa, is this what I got into? Yeah, so that's how it goes. So let's go to the next one, which reads thus: your wife during dating wore best panties. That's for those who engaged in sex before marriage. I don't advise anyone watching this, if you are not yet married, please avoid sex before marriage. We don't preach any intimacy before marriage. Avoid sex before marriage. If you can preserve yourself until marriage, then that will be so good for you and your generation. Yeah, so your wife during dating wore her best panties. That's for those who are engaged, who engage in sex before marriage. In marriage, you might see more of torn panties. And shame won't even catch herself. Be ready. Hi, this is so funny, guys. You can imagine. You know how, okay, for example, especially women who are in the childbearing, who are already bearing children and all of that, maybe you're so busy and maybe the kids are overwhelming. You know how all of that can really be overwhelming, and maybe you won't even have time, like, for yourself to change your pants. Often the pants might not necessarily be really torn. Yeah, they might just be looking tattered, or maybe old, or maybe worn out and things like that. But during courtship, I bet you're not going to see any lady who is not going to be having some very cute, nice panties, new panties, looking so clean and nice and all of that. Yeah, but for us ladies, please, let's make sure, ladies and men, let's make sure that we still keep clean. We keep our undies clean. before and after marriage. Please, let's put in the effort. It's just a matter of reminding ourselves that no, this is how I should be. Always have it in your mind. Always remind yourself that this is what I should do, and this is what I should not do. This is what I need to put in this effort to make this be like this. Yeah, so that is it. So thank you, Solomon Bushim. So we're moving to the next point, which is the fourth. Yeah, it reads thus: for men with blown egos, one day your wife will change you, beat her hand to her chest, and you won't do anything. I'm telling you that the marriage, oh my god, there are so many things that marriage will teach you. Marriage will surprise you. Marriage will embarrass you. Marriage will surprise you in positive and in negative ways. Marriage will embarrass you both positively and negatively. I'm telling you, it's a bittersweet feeling. It's a mixed feeling, but let's always make sure that the sweeter feeling is always more than the bitter one. Yeah, so this is what he says. For men, there are some men who have a lot of ego, like they have ego. There are some men who cannot even tell their wives that they are sorry. When they do something wrong, they cannot tell their wives that they are sorry. Yeah, so this one goes to them, that you might have a blown ego, and one day your wife will challenge you and beat that ego out of you. Yeah, and you won't do anything, and that's true. That's women for you. Yeah, so we move to the next point. I'm enjoying this, guys. I hope you guys are also enjoying it. So please, if you're experiencing any of this, just go to the comment section and just confirm to me. You don't need to give the particular points here. Just confirm to me that this is actually what happens in marriage. So the fifth point is, some days you fight with your spouse all through the day, but you'll be forced to apologize even when you're not at fault, because you'll be horny at night and can't hold it. Conjiwe humble your ego. This one is for men. I know this one is especially for men. Don't they say for you I found fight with your spouse all through the day? This one is especially in men's case. The night, oh my god. Oh my god. When you get horny, you start scratching places here. That's how it goes. That's marriage for you. Yeah, no matter how angry you are, yeah, at night, if it might happen that you can't hold it and you just start you throw away that ego. My god, you're going to throw it away and go ahead and get what you really want to get. Yeah, so we move to the next point. The seed. Bushi Solomon writes, your seraphic and sanctimicious, oh my god. The grammar is so we need to look for a dictionary now. Your seraphic and sanctimicious spouse, who you hardly saw any fault in after honeymoon, might be the most annoying ever, the most annoying person ever. It is clear for your eyes sometimes. This Nigerian pidgin, guys. Oh my god, this is so funny. Imagine someone that, this is my this. That person might be very annoying sometimes. You can imagine. He might happen to be the worst. He or she might happen to be the worst person, and you'll just be thinking like, what mistake did I really even make to get married to this person, guys? When those questions come, don't worry, it's normal. That's where you gotta be. Yeah, that's where you have to be. The seventh point, which goes thus: as a man who's all passionate about sex now and you can't wait to marry. There are some guys who are all passionate about sex and they're like, oh, I can't wait to get married, so I'll be having sex every day, every night, and things like that, night and day. Yeah. So he says, as a man who's all passionate about sex now and you can't wait to marry, a time will come in marriage when she would walk around you naked and your dick won't even erect. Young woman, I beg, let me rest, I'm tired. That's the man talking. Young woman, I beg, I'm tired, let me rest. So it happens, guys. Yeah, all of this happens. It's not all the time. There are so many people that before they get married, they think they are going to be having it every day, morning, afternoon, evening, and things like that. Time is going to come that you will not even do it. Yeah, you have to be ready for that. And time will come that maybe she'll walk past beside you with all of that, and it's not going to mean anything to you. But please don't harden up your heart like that. Always lose your heart when it comes to your partner. Lose your heart. Be flexible. Let's be flexible, guys. Yeah, so that is what Solomon Bushi is saying. He is a writer and a public speaker, so all of what he is saying, I really saw it. I found it so interesting. That's why I decided to come and share with you all. We move to the next point, guys. The 8th point, Solomon writes, your wife will provoke you and you would reject food, thinking she would beg, and she would just walk away and go to bed. Lala say, you will hide and go and eat in the night when everybody is asleep. That's what we call trimming your ego. You gotta trim that ego in marriage, boy. You gotta trim that ego in marriage. So you think that you're going to refuse food? Maybe she got you angry or maybe something. The solution is not refusing food, guys. Go ahead and eat your food. It's your house food. Maybe you're the one who even gave the money for the food to be prepared. So you don't have to refuse your food because of whatever went on between you two. Yeah, just go ahead and eat your food before you get angry. Don't get angry and go to bed hungry, and in the night you start sipping toe to the kitchen to go and get something to eat. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. Yeah. Move to the next point, which is the 9th point. Your spouse might love you, but you have to deal with the reality that there might be one of your siblings they won't really like, Sha. Yeah, it's normal. It's okay. You can never like everybody in this world, yeah, and everybody must not like you. That is just a normal thing. That is very normal. Everybody in this life cannot like you, and you yourself, you cannot like everybody in this life. It's just normal. That's just the reality of life. So if you meet somebody and you know that the person does not like you, don't keep forcing yourself to the person. Just keep distance. And if it's somebody like family, you know how to deal with them in a peaceful way. That's it. That's my own advice. And please don't hold grudges. Don't hold grudges. This life is too short. We don't have time to be holding grudges with people, especially with family members. Yeah. So just look for a way. If it's to distance yourself a little bit, you do that, if that is going to help. Yeah, we move to the next point, guys, which is the 10th point. There might be times you wake up and feel like, how did I even marry this person? You feel like you just want to be, not because they necessarily did anything wrong to you, but guess what? There is no exit door. You're already in it. Once you're married, you're married. Once you have tied that knot with that man or with that woman, you gotta stay with them, boy. You gotta stay with them, girl. Yeah, except otherwise. Guys, divorce is not an option in your marriage. Once you're getting into marriage, please, divorce is not a good thing. Divorce shouldn't be an option, except otherwise, except it has taken you to an extreme that you know that your life is at risk, that you know that you risk losing your life. Yeah, divorce shouldn't be an option. There might be days that you might just be wondering that how on earth did you find yourself with this person. It is normal. When those thoughts come, when such times come, just know that it is normal. Just see how to get through it, solve your problems, solve your misunderstandings, and move on. That's how it works. Don't stay on one spot. We gotta get it moving, boy. We gotta get it moving, girl. Yeah. Alright, then we move to the 11th point, which says, be ready. What used to trip you about your spouse might wane with time. Marriage comes with a lot of rediscovery and plethora of faces. Yeah, that is true. So here is basically saying that you might be surprised that some of the things that used to trip you, that the things that used to excite you about your spouse might die down with time. Yeah, and there is a lot of rediscovery in marriage, and there are different phases in every marriage. There is a time for the honeymoon when you guys just get married. There is honeymoon. There is that time that you start facing the reality of life for both of you in marriage, and there is that time that when kids start coming, things start changing, and there is that time that when you guys are trying to bring up the kids, and there is that time that the kids are grown and things like that. Yeah, so it has different phases, and there is a lot of rediscovery, because a human being like that is never static. A human beings change. Sometimes there are some conditions that change us. Yeah, things like that happen. People change with time. So it's just basically saying if you're getting into marriage, you should be ready for the different phases of marriage, and you should also be ready for the changes that comes with those different phases of marriage. Yes, another point, the 12th point, guys, which says when you have kids, sometimes you just be tired. You feel like taking a break from parenting, as in you just want to throw them in the dustbin. No, please, not throw your kids in the dustbin. Like, I'm sure what he means by like just staying away from your kids. Yeah, but no escape for you. Yeah, there is no escape for you. Once you're a mother, you're a mother. Even while you're away, you will still be worried about certain things. Yeah, so there is no way out of this, but no escape for you. They are products of una too una orgasm. You understand? Yeah, yeah. Products of your hobbies for orgasm, or you and wife's orgasm. Yeah. So that's what happens. So, but there are times, guys, when you really get overwhelmed. Let me say it in my own case. There are times that you really get overwhelmed with motherhood, wifely duties, your job, and all of that. Yeah. So here he is basically saying that the kids are the products of your orgasm. Yeah, so we gotta face it the way it comes. We have to take it the way it comes and deal with it. Yeah, so that is it. You cannot run away from your shadow. Yeah, so we move to the next point. He says you'll be feeling your spouse is the most amazing person in the world till you meet someone else who is 200% better than them. Marriage isn't about finding better or having the best. It's about building the best. Yes, this I really actually love this. I love this point. Yeah, so what is basically saying here is that you might have that feeling, during courtship, where you have a lot of obsession for your partner, that lovely obsession. That's what I mean here. So after marriage, after some time, you start seeing them like regular people and things like that. Yeah, so he is saying here that you might have that lady that used to look at her like the most beautiful lady in the world, or you might have that husband that used to look at him like the most handsome husband in the world, but after some time you start seeing other men who are handsome than him, who are richer than him, who are cuter than him, who are more caring than him, and things like that. So you have to know that in this life, these fingers that we have like these, they can never be the same. So they are different. You see, they have different sizes and shapes and heights and all of that. So have it in your mind that you always see people who are better. So you just have to focus on your own, focus on your relationship, focus on your marriage. Don't compare your marriage, don't compare your relationship with any other person's own. Yeah, so just focus and keep moving ahead, and don't think that you're going to get a perfect partner. You can never have a perfect human being. Both of you can only come together and work hard to achieve that perfection. That's that perfect. And there is no perfect relationship, though we talk about perfection. We all work hard every day to reach perfection, but I don't really think in reality there is a perfect relationship or a perfect couple. Yeah, marriage is a roller coaster. It has its ups and downs, it has its bright sunny days, and it also has its dark days. So let's only pray and work hard towards more brighter days, more sunny days than darker days. Yeah, so that is it. I hope you guys totally enjoyed this gist from this blog, like I did, Remedy blog. So please, you can go ahead on Instagram and check them and really understand what I was reading about here. So that is it about this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Let's grow this family, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.